All right, welcome in, builders. We are back at the wasteland yet again. Round 2 for this episode. We tried to do this yesterday, and after watching my connection for hours in a row and it being perfectly fine, basically the second I went live, I had like an actual outage, not just my regular internet problem. So that was fun. I've been watching this since I got home from work. We haven't dropped a single frame in basically an hour. I'm gonna be extra grumpy if we have problems tonight. So here's hoping that maybe today it'll choose to give us a little bit of reprieve from our problems. I did decide just to go ahead and axe the VOD. It was like 5 minutes and then a bunch of lag. Apparently, I knew this because this happened once before back when we were doing Shadow Empire, but if I lose complete internet, I have no way to turn off the stream. It actually just stays up as a non-connected live until I get back online. I can't do it on my phone. So yeah, just food for thought. Definitely a lesson learned there. Not that there's much I could do about it. Last time, what did happen? Well, we were on our mission to infiltrate the town. We were trying to rescue a hostage, and we found him. We talked to the mayor, who is very much a mafioso. Oh, I don't have my camera running. There we go. We talked to the mayor here, who's very much a mafioso, and they made us go in there, and they wanted us to shoot the guy, so we pretended that we were going to shoot him in the leg. The gun was unloaded, luckily, and we passed their little test, although they were kind of grumpy about it. And our next task here is to go shake down... What do we got to do? No, not that one. This one. You receive your first job from Civitas. Head to Bucktooth Farm and convince them to start paying their service fees again. So hopefully we can find a way around that. I don't really want to work with Civitas. I just want to complete our mission for Tanaris and see if we can make that happen. Also, that red dot is absolutely killing me, man. Absolutely killing me. Other things we did. Somebody asked about if there was a way to turn down the eating and drinking sounds. I turned down the sound effects. That's literally all you can do. If you were the one playing and it was really bothering you, I'd suggest maybe turn off the auto eat and drink, but you're gonna have to micromanage that quite heavily. So just food for thought there. What do you guys got? A bunch of thirsts. You have a decent amount of stress, but well, 2 of you have decent stress. I think before we leave, we're gonna hit a VIP room here. I hate to do it because only 2 of them need it, but they really need it, so let's do that. All right, knock that stress back at least a little bit. Food-wise, we're doing okay. I wouldn't say we're stellar or anything. We also bought 50 bread while we were here, with the thought that maybe we can turn that into something better with some meat and make sandwiches or something. Hey, Ace, how's it going? Round 2, here we go. Yep. And I do see you, Axe. Working on your Andromania post. Nice. Knock on wood that the internet works. Man, I was very fired up when I was coming home today that if I had got on and it was having problems, I was going to be back on the line yet again, because it's been ridiculous. I literally had overnight outage on Thursday where it seems like they were fixing something, and it does seem to have affected me somewhat, but it was out on Saturday and it went out on me on Sunday. That's ridiculous. And we had problems last weekend in addition to just the regular problems we've been having. It's the problem of monopolies. I literally have no other choice where I live. This is my only option. Yeah, no problem, Ace. Have a good one, man. Need some robots to garrison your towns? Yeah, we might try to pick one up for that. I wouldn't want to drive around with one because they would eat up all my fuel. Robots are combat bots are amazing. I mean, I hope they're good at their job, so that makes sense. Okay, everything looks to be running okay. Let's go and do that. Another thing, we also are really low on water, but they don't sell me any water here. And as far as I can tell, if I go to the kitchen, there's nothing I can... I wish I could boil water here, but apparently I can't, so just food for thought on that. Okay, so map. Where is this task of ours? Bucktooth Farms. That does not seem to be Bucktooth Farm. Not here, right? No. Alright, where are you? Locate. How is that just south? Excuse me? Sure, game. Just south. Gotcha. All right, well, this is gonna be a little bit annoying. All right, we'll pop there. Do you guys have water by chance? They may have some, but they don't produce it. All right, we'll start by doing that route, I suppose. Then we're gonna go there. All right, we'll start with that. As soon as we get far away from town, I'm gonna have to stop and make some water, or we're gonna be in a very sorry state. We also didn't have, well, I'm thinking about anything that I need to make water. So that would be wood, charcoal, or water purifiers. Answer's no. Okay, this is gonna kind of suck. All right, it is what it is. Let's leave city and go. Hey, Perry. Praise that the stream goes smoothly. Man, me too, man. It's been getting to me a little lately. Like, I normally, like, streams are really fun and I enjoy myself. It's not fun and I don't enjoy myself when every, like, 3 seconds there's some sort of internet problem. Very stressful, actually. And doubly so, like, it's not like I'm asking for an improvement. I just want my internet to go back to working how it was. So that's been killing me. Quicksand landfill. All right. We're searching through landfills pretty heavily here. We are really hoping for more craft materials, but I'm also scared of that many undead, so we're not hanging around too long. All right, leave. I'm gonna need to stop and get this water, like, very soon. I'm just watching how infected we are down here. All right, that seems good enough. Let's camp for a second. Kitchen, start fire, boil water. Wow, that feels really terrible. All right, let's make like 9 water. That'll be enough, hopefully, to get us to the next town. Oh no! Oh, rip. And then buy some more water. All right, another level up. Okay, you are my crafting intellect person. I think we're just gonna keep putting some points into crafting. I think 31 would give me 35 with the crowbar. And I think that has some stuff that we wanted to make. Hey, Perry, thank you very much for the gifted sub. Much appreciated, man. Thank you. Congratulations to Relax. That's what I need to do, is relax. Need to get your combat prowess to the point where you can do quick battle, so auto win and plunder the landfills. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is I just don't have the right gear. This should be very helpful, having the shotgun, but we need another ranged weapon, and really we need like some actual weapons. Like, I gave him a metal club, but that's mainly because we're gonna craft that into another weapon, hopefully. So yeah, just more to do. All right. I don't even know what I want to do here. Also, this music is banging. Let's chill out a little on that, eh? All right, I guess we rest. Please don't be another, like, 24-hour long sandstorm. Okay, 8 to 30, that is definitely able to be taken. Yeah, we do have the quick battle. So this is something that's commiserate to our abilities. Gained 8 XP. All right, can we please? No. So apparently winter around here, if you're not in a snowy area, you're in a sandstormy area. You want bolt actions at the bare minimum? You spend another. Yeah, the fact that you can win and not spend the ammo is really nice. Or fall, excuse me. Yeah, you're correct. Not winter, fall. All right. At least these aren't too bad when they do attack. We're gonna have like water issues pretty soon. All right, we can't auto that one, unfortunately. All right, we will fight. So we'll let you get a little bit closer. Penalty halved. That's just great. That should be fine. able to find me in the sandstorm. Also, it would be really nice. Ooh, nice. Another quick battle. It would be really nice if there was a rest until sandstorm ends button. Hi, Ian. How's it going? You need to check the material needed for a dust filter. These storms are killing you. Yeah, I mean, quite literally on that other one. Bumpy road, indeed. What happened? Internet just literally went out. It was like an actual outage. So I had an outage on Saturday and Sunday during when I would normally stream. So very cool. It's been rock solid since I got home from work. I was deciding whether I was going to cancel stream and call and yell at them again, or if we were going to stream, and I haven't dropped a single frame in over an hour, so I better make it through. Scroll of Taiwu. Oh, I am so waiting for Scroll of Taiwu to actually get its official translation. Yes! Oh, finally. God, that was terrible. All right, you are thirsty. Okay, let's get out of here. Also, let's see if we can do. I wish our crafting thing here had a search. Dust filter, storm, dust storm HP impact minus 2.5. We would need a connector and a bunch more pig iron. So, not a bad suggestion. Maybe we can hold out for that. Maybe pick up the game is fantastic. My tip: get some cash and build up your plot of land ASAP. Yeah, we've done a little bit of build up. I wouldn't say a ton. Tourist wants to be friends. All right. You do know you're going to stay in the camp at some point, tourist. Okay, show off fishing skills. No, we don't have the skill for that. Let's not waste the time. I'm kind of on a water clock here. I don't want to boil more water with my fuel if I can help it. I also need 30 scrap to install parts. Yep. All right, Oasis City. Are you so named because you sell me cheap water? I feel like that was bait and switch. Okay, well, rations. They want wood. No good. All right, I'm gonna buy some chicken. No, I'm not, because we're poor. All right, let's see about the inn. Oh, no, not the inn. Excuse me. The bar. All right, anyone we don't know yet. We have met everyone here. Delivery. Foothills is looking to buy paint to decorate the city hall. I don't think so. Foothills gas station wants packages. Maybe. Foothills. Oh, way up there. No. No, thank you. I wish it was easier to see where these were rather than having to go through that much UI. Swamp gas station. Again, not even remotely the direction we're heading. So big no on those. Nope. I don't have much to say about that. All right, in the store, how much is wood? 50. I'm just thinking about making water. This is not great. That is not great. All right, well, you know what? We can stop at our own dang city and get our own water if we have to. I think we're gonna be okay. I really don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right. You don't sell guns, are you? He is selling guns, of course, but I don't have the stuff. This feels like a scam. All right, let's ride. Get your say to produce the charcoal. It's really good for water purification. We can check. It's mainly just a labor shortage at the moment more than anything else. You're number one, Shinosuke. Well, there you go. I believe I have literally no idea. YouTube just made that up and turned it on. It feels like it's Mario Party, where it just decides that someone's randomly the winner. That's my takeaway. All right, landfill, quick search. Okay, iron widget. Okay, 5 pig iron. That's something that we're looking for the dust filter. Okay, leave. Yep. Part. Okay, we still have 7 water. Our fuel's fine. How are we doing on food? Okay, scout them out. Not dangerous. Okay. Oh, here we go. We can rest with them. I'm very glad we can do that again. That is really handy. Okay, nice, nice. Okay, this is my city doing trading, I believe. Am I wrong about that? Caravan City. Yeah, I believe that's me. We could buy some ammo. We have some. Med kits would be really nice. God, those are expensive though. Let's get one more just in case. Tires are all right. Bread, chicken, flour. I don't think we're buying any of this. Flour would be like a maybe. All right, we'll buy a little bit of flour. All right, right on. And another dust storm. Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's be a little bit cavalier here. Let's turn that off. Let's drive a little bit. Can we get out of it by chance? I don't think we can. 8 kilometers is miserable. No, not happening. All right. I guess we're just resting. Buy farmers and workers at various bars, put them in work. Yep, we've just been broke since we got them, basically. Yes, Axe, we have all the basic buildings at least at level 1. You actually playing? Well, allegedly. We'll see if my ISP is going to allow me to or not tonight. Don't have enough waste bar. Yeah, that's true too. I was hoping we could just outdistance it, but I don't think that's how this works. I think it's just you're in the event until the event ends. God, remember the days when water used to just literally fall from the sky? Those were great days. Oh, there it is. Oof. Ascend from 9 Mountain. It's a single developer who uses AI art. The mechanics are pretty cool. Yasha, if you don't mind, would you put a link to that on the Discord in the suggested games channel? I'll check it out. I probably won't remember if you don't, or somebody doesn't. Trying to remember something that happens during stream, chances are low. I'm like maxing out my RAM already here. Okay, gas station. Store. Abundant. Still not water, although you have a lot of food, but I'm actually kind of broke. And I have nothing but ammo. Yeah. All right, we'll check the bar. Nobody we don't know. Delivery. Civitas Lookout. Purchase some vehicles. Okay. Over to there? That's not terrible. And I am going to return this direction. We have 17 days, and the weight's not terrible. I'm going to take that one. That's not too bad. Okay, Bucktooth gas station urgently needs rawhide. I don't want to try to deliver things I don't know I can get. Moss Pond. Okay, I mean, we're kind of going to go that way anyways. What do you want? Deliveries? All right, I'll take it. I need to make some cash here. We're really cash poor at the moment. Okay, no, I said no to that one. Middling rest stop wants art. That's not where we're going. And last one, New Moon. We could probably hit that. We could probably hit that. What do you want? Bicycles? We got lots of space. All right, we'll take that too. All right, that'll give us some good scrap if we can survive long enough. All right, where are we? Okay, we're gonna go get water at our own town because apparently just literally nobody over here has water. Yeah, that's right on. We got creds? We do. We have 100. I believe you get about, what did I say it was? It was like 10 scrap per cred or something, give or take. Does he have wood? Nope. I'm out of wood, I'm out of charcoal, I'm out of purifiers, and nobody's selling water. I did a little bit of fuel use, but I really don't want to use fuel for that. Get a lot of mushrooms and lumber? We might have to try that out. Road ahead is covered with sickly looking fog. Let's haul ass out of here. I don't feel like getting injured and needing to use a med kit again. Yeah, annoying. Are we close yet? Yes. Are we there yet? All right, back home, sweet home. Okay, so I am gonna unequip this. I know, I hate it too. What do you have? You have a crude rifle? Okay, maybe that's fine for you. All right, you get the musket. We're gonna be assigning him here. All right, so we were gonna assign you to the small depot. No, not the small depot. The procurement office. Few jobs. Change production. Yeah, you just get the ore. It's gonna be you. All right, then at the depot. All right, I don't really want to carry around a 4 at the moment. We're poor anyways. We don't need to do the pre-fall. Okay, and everything else is something I want. All right, here, water. Oh, please give me some water. Give me like 100 water. I'm not even joking. Now I won't have to worry about that nearly so much. And actually, you know what? I'll even take like 30 wastewater, so if we do need to cool our engine down. We have some building materials. We do have 2 wood. I don't think I'm gonna do that. If we're gonna camp at the woods and harvest it ourselves, there's no point into bringing that. I will take the flour. Okay. I think that's just literally it. While we're here, I guess let's do a rest. Rest passengers. Okay, we're all rested up. I want to give your city guards good weapons. Yeah. Again, like if I was to start again, now that I know more, I definitely would probably try to start myself with like 2 decent ranged weapons, just because of how much I've struggled to get them. It's an okay crafting system, but it's rough when you're getting started, for sure. Okay, we've downsized the crew, and we've dropped a weapon, so we're in kind of a little bit of a we don't want to fight mode at the moment. I don't think there's anything else I really want to do here. Set rest how many hours? I don't need to. Our fatigue was really low, but we totally could next time. Okay, let's get out of here. So reset. All right, we need to head way down here. So we're gonna have to drive through these woods anyways. If we gotta drive through these woods anyways, take me here and then there. And we'll try the suggestion of maybe getting some wood here. We'll see if we can do that. So depart. We'll wait till we hit the woods. There they are. And then we will, I assume we need to camp. And then forage, okay. Let me look at our skills here. So forage is what? That's going to be foraging. Okay, we got a 10 in that. Let's just see what one forage does. We can do an hour and a half for food, or we can cut some wood, which uses crafting, not foraging. All right, we are going to try that. Let's just see how it does. We got 14 wood. Okay. I'm just making a risk assessment here. Let's do a second one. You're too hungry or fatigued. Excuse me? Oh, I guess the fatigue on that was really bad. It was about 50. Okay. It's fine, TM. Yeah. Carry on. Seven wood per crew member. Yeah, I see that. Hopefully we'll earn some money here, and we're just going to continue trying to bring people back to town slowly, basically. I also think one of my high priorities right now needs to be that dust filter, because that is just absolutely crippling me. Absolutely crippling me. Okay, we're getting pretty fatigued here. Okay. Yoink. We'll collect some of that rainwater, please. Of course, you know, now that I don't need it. And then let's carry on. I don't want to let my risk get too high here. Down to 0. Okay. Well, I guess we're holding still. Okay, now it's raining harder. We're getting a lot more water. And an attack. 13 to 36. I think we're going to be okay here. I don't love that. No. Intern. All right. Yeah, the shotgun is making some difference here. And then we'll just finish it with melee. I don't want to end up getting wounded and need a repair kit, so... Or a repair kit. A medical kit. Babel just melee him. I'm not chancing that yet. We don't have good weapons and we don't have good skill. I'm happy to spend a couple bullets and not have to spend a med kit. We're also really tired. I need that risk to go down, and then I think we're gonna have to camp here quick. And we're gonna have to actually... No, none of those things. I need you to sleep. Okay, good, good. And can we do it twice, even? Yeah, move on. How far are we? Okay, we're almost out. Your combat power is higher than the remaining HP, you auto win. Okay, that's good to know the measure. I guess that's kind of what I was doing in my head. I was like, okay, if their HP is about what I think my attack is, then we should be safe. All right, not too spicy, but again, we only have 2 combatants here, so. Iron, okay, there's the connector we needed, and pig iron. Are we there? Dust filter. We are. You know what? Craft it. Confirm. And then parts, weather, install. Yes. We dust filter now. There you go. I don't know if we're going to be able to drive in it anyways, but that's at least better than not being able to do it. All right, next, reset. Okay, where we want to go is here. What route are we taking? Probably over to here. We have some open road, a little bit of wood, and then open road. That is probably as good as we can do. So, like, I guess if we're doing that anyways, we may as well stop here. Dustland Mutual. Yeah, we don't need to go there. How are we doing on food? All right, we're okay. There's only 2 of us here, so. Is that inedible? Yeah, you drop. Yeah, get rid of that. All right, we ride. Why are we down to 2 people? We dropped the tourist off in town to run the trade depot. Hopefully when we make these deliveries, we'll have some cash. We'll be able to pick up some more people. Spot a few survivors. All right, are they dangerous? They seem like simple travelers. Excellent, we'll rest with them. That's such a nice event. And we ride. Ian, so let me ask you this. Am I able to outrun a dust storm? If I just keep driving, can I drive out of it? And that would be shorter than if I just hunker down? Okay, that's what I thought. But if I do need to move because we're getting eaten alive, that will help me out on that. Speaking of, so yeah, that does make a pretty big difference here, though. We could still go 28 kilometers per hour, which is way more than we were making it before. All right, no reason to push it right now, though, so we'll just chill. Check the radio. I mean, we can. It's in 1 hour sunny. Don't get sunburnt. Well, that's very, very nice of him to give me a tip about that. All right, there it is. We ride. That's funny. So does that only work during weather? Because usually when I hit it, nothing happens. Little Lake gas station. I mean, that does look like it's a little lake. Yeah, that is true. It's well named. Okay, we can search, extract fuel, trade, and there are scavengers. All right, so let's do a search. Widgets, fiber, compounds, scrap paper. We still need to make that padding. Pig iron. Pig iron's also really important because we're trying to make weapons. If we go in here and we go to gun, we have 1 steel pipe. So we could make a musket. Do I want a musket though? Is it the musket the thing I didn't want? Or maybe the musket's what I did want. It was the crude rifle that I didn't want. If we have a musket, we can make a pistol. And if we have a pistol, we can make a bolt action. Yeah, that's the route we want. So we need connectors. Trade. Center town group of scavengers set up camp in a well-fortified building. You might be able to strike a deal. I'll try to negotiate. They have fuel. Our fuel's okay. They have tires. Our tires are okay. Rations we have if we need it. Tea. I mean, maybe to trade, but we're kind of broke. Wait, tea leaves. Oh, they're taking tea leaves and turning it into tea. I see. All right. No, not really. You got them guns now? No, not really. We have a shotgun is our only gun that's with us. We dropped the other kind of, what was it, a musket at our town. Fall has long dust storms and summer has long rainstorms. Good to know. Okay, and leave on the road again. You look through your binoculars and spot an oasis in the distance with a clear blue water and lush greenery. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I still maintain it is a crime that we can't harvest the cactus in some manner. Whether it's the water, the fruit, the flesh, the drugs, something should be able to be made out of these cactus. All right, we take a rest. A little bit of a risky rest, frankly. Cactus drugs. There's also water, cactus fruit, and flesh. Love a nice rainstorm. Yeah, around here we've like the rain's like avoiding like where I'm at. We've got some really bad fire, so it's been smoke season. Today and yesterday actually is the first days it's not been horrific, but I don't think the fire's out, so 5% isn't really risky. If 5% of the M&Ms in your bag were poison, would you eat them? I'm just saying, some of them are zombies. It's snowing out and your engine's too cold to run. What will you do? If you don't have any wastewater, you can turn purified water into wastewater during that. So we need to start the engine. We can defrost it with wastewater, Or we could heat it up with some fuel. All right, we will heat it up. We could step outside first. Okay, well that's something. We did not make the engine insulator. We would need a engine heating vent, which needs pig iron. I feel like this is probably something that we should have had. So 7 more pig iron until we can get the heating vent, and then we can immediately take that. Well, it depends on the other parts. But then we would need to make an insulator. All right. That's good to know, and that's horrific that that's at -9. Even while driving, it's at -9. I don't love that. I don't love that at all. Bloodthirsty be the best trait in the game. Getting stressed out, go hack a bunch of zombies. True, true. All right, no dog lady. We have to heat our engine. So normally our engine produces 2 heat, so it's actually at -11 right now. Profit Lodge. I'm glad I brought that extra wastewater, I guess. I didn't even know that that's what we needed it for, but there you go. All right, what's your thing? You are pretty fatigued. Babble's okay. I think we're just gonna do a standard room here. It's so cheap for 2 people. Get that taken care of. Bar. We know everybody here. What do you got? They have bad, yes, you should see. Bad traits. All right, not a direction we are going. Okay, the bartender. Reedville is buying paint. I don't remember where we can buy paint is the problem. No. All right, Huckster. Civitas is buying arts. Deliver 3 boxes. That we definitely can do. Yes, please. Wastewater is very useful. It cools your engine summon and during heats. Yeah, it's kind of weird that we can heat our engine with wastewater, but I guess that works. We're like heating the water and like pouring it on it, I guess. We're gonna freeze out here momentarily. So, yeah. Anything else? Not really. Some wood. We have wood. Rubber, flour, rawhide. Okay, we need some food, so let's do that. We'll buy some quail. I guess somebody said earlier we could add mushrooms to some of the stuff we've been cooking. Buy some squab. Delicious squab. And some pheasants. And let's keep a little bit of scrap in the old tank. Move the inn. Use the kitchen. So water, flour, vegetables, meat. Apparently I couldn't afford some of the things that I was cooking on to buy there. Now, let me make sure that's a good recipe. Yes, it is. Quail noodle soup. There you go. We got 5 left. Does that do something still? Yes. All right, do it. All right, there we go. I don't think that does anything. Yeah, I see that axe. I wish the feedback on that was a little bit more immediate. We got the quail. That's okay. We don't need a ton of food. This is a lot of meals for 2 people, and we got a bunch of bread if we have to. Yeah, the bread's not terrible. 85. Just for comparison. Okay, so eating just a loaf of bread is better than eating rations. Just food for thought. I really wish we could heat up our engine while we were here. All right, well, regrets are had. Regrets have been had. Okay, we might as well stop at the stash. And then we're gonna have to drive through a spooky area. I mean, I guess we might as well just, yeah, we might as well just go straight through it. It's not that much a difference. Right before we go in there, we should try to make sure we're rested so we don't have to stop or something dumb. Also, don't let me forget, we need to do that. In fact, I'll just pre-do it so I don't forget. Ration soup doesn't give the stress. Okay, yeah, and just heating it up would be good. Got $100 in his pocket, and it's awesome. I mean, you'd be happy to have $100 in your pocket. Engine is too cold. Yep. Okay, so I mean, we obviously have to do this. So 20 fuel and some wastewater. I guess it's not the worst, but man, that hurts. All right, the blizzard ended. That probably was worth it, I guess. I don't know. Beneath the yellow rain tarp, you find a few jerry cans of fuel. Totally worth it. I keep driving. If I catch one of those really low moments, yeah, we're not even that low. I was gonna say let's rest again, but I don't even think it's worth our time. There's another one. Yeah, being in the bad weather while we're in the woods is just absolute garbage. We're doing okay on fuel, so I'm just gonna eat it, but that is pretty bad. What trait do we have on our driver? Our driver started with X-Racer, and we've picked up Hedrophile. He likes the ladies. And the chemist, Cherry, just released a hit video game, actually. Camel mindset, and she likes having the ladies in the truck. That's the girlfriend. We had to get the third wheel out of here because she was causing all kinds of problems. Gonna want a winch. Yeah, right now my main goal is to follow the main plot. So that's why we're kind of just bouncing between different things. Old gas station, somebody's camping there and we can't scout them? No. No, no, no. We are not going to get ambushed. Thank you very much. Too cold and stalled. Heat it up. Turn off that tooltip, please. Yeah, these snowstorms are pretty brutal. Again, just food for the future babble, knowing that but before winter, we really want to get that engine insulated. That would have been way better than the dust storm thing we built. Okay, Oxbow Farm. I don't think we have a mission here. What do you know? Just a random place in a really dangerous spot. Search it. Quick. Materials, mystery liquid, fiber, a bunch of pig iron, which is great, and actually some scrap and a decent amount of rations. All right, we ride. None of that now, please. I don't like how fatigued we are. Yeah, please get out of here before we pass out. Very nice. Bucktooth Farm. You arrive at Bucktooth Farm, a small farm named after its bucktooth owner. Recently, they built a textile workshop here in hopes of getting into the clothing business. Understood. First time we've been here. All right, step one, we are exhausted. Let me go to the inn, like a standard room. Thank you. All right, that's our mission. Let's check the bar. We know everyone here. Dustwolves don't want to talk to me. Bandit is also, wow. I'm aligned with the Dustwolves. What's your name? They call me Bandit. What's your name? Thief. Greetings, fellow bandits. I too am a bandit. Where do we keep the hostages around here? Too many contracts. Okay, no reason to even bother. I guess we could look at buying junk. Not the things I'm desperate for at the moment. You got to the point where you had 8 people in your truck all armed with katanas and guns. Yeah, I think you're a little more advanced than I am, Ultra Weed. You go Dustwolves area. You would, Axe. Why doesn't that surprise me? You arrive at Bucktooth Farm. An old man with a massive bucktooth is working the fields. Must be where the name comes from. When the farmer sees you, he smiles and waves. Howdy, strangers. Haven't had a visitor around these parts in a minute. Come on over, pop a squat. His voice is melodic and chipper. He seems like the kind of fellow you could have a beer with. Let's have a chat first. He claims he used to live in Civitas, but he just couldn't stand all the killing and stealing. He made his way south, and after stumbling upon this patch of relatively fertile land, he decided to settle down and become a farmer. Others soon joined him. You know what? Have a beer. Wiping the sweat off his brow and popping open a lukewarm beer, he tells you a little more about the land. It's fertile, but only in comparison to the desert that makes up a bunch of the Dustlands, where practically nothing grows. Besides the harsh weather, they also have a deal with roving packs of infected. To make matters even worse, Civitas found out about his farm a year ago, and they've been sending goons to collect ruinous service fee every month. Yeah, about that. Farmer's smile freezes on his face when you tell him you were sent by Civitas. You tell your boss we don't got any money to give him. Look over yonder. You see that shriveled up crop over there? And what are we paying for? They don't lift a finger to help us deal with the infected last month. You dirty, rotten scoundrels, I ain't paying another scrap. I'd rather die than give you anything. Don't worry, we'll cover your service fee. Huh? Why? What are you all getting out of this? The buck-tooth farmer seems suspicious, but ever so slightly hopeful. Oh, geez. I need the money now? Okay, never mind. Can I just come back? I'm willing to do that for him. Forget it? Okay, I think we can just come back. Yeah, okay. So we need 3,000 scrap. We have a job. No, that's not what I want to do. We have a job to do a delivery down here. Hopefully that's one of my better paying contracts. We shall see. If it isn't, maybe we can scrounge up a little bit. Maybe. You and your $100 ain't gonna cut it. Times are tough, man. Times are tough. All right, we'll go do our delivery that's down here since we have to do that anyways. We'll see how much it gives us, and then we'll make a decision. You arrive at an abandoned bridge covered in a sea of wrecked vehicles. Let's try and navigate. I don't think I've done that. We've done the detour and it was forever. The gaps between the wrecks are wider than you expected. You managed to navigate through unscathed. Excellent. I feel like we need like a cattle catcher on the front of our rig here. Talking about the veterinarian. Garbage Gulch landfill. First time here. All right, I think we might need to be a little more greedy than I've been lately. I'll tell you what, we'll do a light one on the way in, and then if we need to on the way out, we'll do a heavy search. That's what we'll do. Light one on the way in. 81 scrap just ain't gonna cut it. Gears, iron, we need connectors, and we need pig iron. Excellent. Where are we at on crafting the... Okay, so engine heating vent. So that's what we need, right? Yes. So we need this. Oh, we don't have it learned. Rip. Okay, 8. So we would need... We could make this insulator. Have the widgets. Okay, we really have everything we need now. We just need to hit a library. Okay. Cool. Carry on. Depart. Insert swamp. High infection. All right, let me map this. All right, it's just going to be dangerous the whole way through here. Nothing else I can really do. Please don't give me a snowstorm while we're in the middle of the swamp again. A gas station. Gained a trait point. Where are we sitting? Just at 1, okay. Search. Click 1. Found some fuel, widgets, compound, glass, and pig iron. Excellent. And just carry on. All right, so I don't think we're gonna make enough money. I'm not sure what we're gonna do here. A huge patch of cacti is blocking our way. Well, we know we can't ram our way through it. I'm actually going to spend the fuel on this, I think. Weird use of fuel, but sure. Maybe a dozer blade would be better. Exited the swamp. We're almost there. We are there. Our first visit. We made almost 2,000. However, we need 3,000. Yeah, that's not great. All right, we do need to sleep. I'm just gonna spend it. It's just so much easier and safer. Bar. Delivery. Deliver artwork to Ventura. Okay, that is like the opposite side of the world from me. No. Thank you, actually. You? Great oil well. Okay, that one maybe is a little more doable. That one's a little more doable. Yeah, we're not ready for that thing yet. We could do this. All right. Very hard. I don't think that's very hard. I'll take the task. All right. Store. I am gonna need some food for this though. I guess we'll buy some pork. Ammo's also kind of cheap here. Let's get a little bit of extra ammo. I don't believe we would have anything to sell, and we don't. Okay. Maybe I'm being too much of a goody two-shoes, but I think we're gonna try. We're gonna try to pay for that farmer dude. He seemed like a nice guy. So, what are you? Sanctuary. All right, we'll see what's up with that. We'll hit both of these. We'll see about that other one on the way back. All right. Also, do you have fuel here? Rations? No. We're okay. Why buy ammo? I have a shotgun. Thank you very much. You had the option to convince him? I didn't have the stats for it, though. Unless I'm absolutely blind. Sanctuary, they'll have a library. You know, they do. Services library. Alright. A bit of a world tour here, but that's okay. Our water's fine. Our food's fine. Tires are getting a little bit low, but I don't think you had tires. No. Can't eat ore. I guess we could cook while we're here just because it's easier than doing it in the wild. So water, pork, flour, or no, maybe let's try, how about pork and bread? A pork chop sandwich. Pork chop sandwiches. We'll make 10 of those. All right, how much food am I actually sitting on? That's plenty for now. All right. On the road. Kind of ending up doing a world tour here, but that's okay. Also, if we can keep getting more stuff, we're relatively close to being able to make another gun. I have a steel pipe equipped, so we just need 3 connectors to make the musket. Well, even if I convince him to pay, though, I don't want him to have to pay. I don't want to help Civitas at all. We just need to play along for now. All right, we'll check the Oasis. Continue on. And if nothing else, we're visiting new places and getting XP, so it's not like it's a total waste of time. Talking about Southern Lookout. Exited Swamp. Normal pork chop sandwich. We keep them in the glove box. The glove box. Engine is too cold. Heat it up. Man, I really need that insulator. Hopefully it does enough that we don't keep stalling out as long as we drive. Time will tell, I suppose. Some jerk has up a barricade. I won't remove it. Okay, looks like you're taking the long way. Oh, we failed. Wow, I didn't even know you could fail that. All right, drive on. You do you. Yeah, like I said, just trying to role play it a little bit here. We're trying to be a goody-goody two-shoe. Your engine is too cold and has stalled. And we got attacked. We will fight. All right, so we're gonna let them get closer. Now we're gonna give them a volley. Ouch. Okay, 21. So yeah, our damage is 3 to 7. We definitely need to be shooting these before they get too close. I need to look at getting her a better weapon, like desperately. All right, 7 left. Victory. Phew. There's bodies all over the place laden with succulent meat. Yeah, we will take some of this. We needed this for other reasons. Heat up our engine and ride. You have 34 melee. So it's not damage, it's the melee skill that it's looking at. I guess we could look here. So it's not attack specifically. Maybe I'm misunderstanding that screen. Always take the long pork. Questions. You must have 20 virtue. We're at 19. Ouch. All right, we'll try to enter. We'll just pay the toll. I have a bad feeling. We arrived at Sanctuary. Okay, step 1, library. Research blueprints, weather, engine heating. Confirm. Yes. Yes. All right. Craft it. Confirm. Insulator. Learn. Yes. Okay, good thing. I thought we actually knew that recipe, so very good that yeah, very good that we could do that. So snow temperature reduction -4. That's still gonna make us cool off, but that wouldn't be nearly as miserable. So craft it. And then improved insulator. Learn it. Yes. All right, we don't have what we need for that. We need 4 compounds, we need 4 widgets, but we can keep working on it. So I guess the question is, do we hold out? I think we can find that. That's not that bad. 4 compounds, 4 widgets. Because we'll have to install and uninstall it for a bunch of scrap otherwise. A tarpaulin. Weather impact. We need a mud proofing kit. Pig iron connector compound. Yeah, we don't have the stuff. We just don't have the stuff yet. Okay, we are pretty dang tired. We'll hit the inn for a standard room. Yeah, the cooking, by the way, is absolutely insane. We were going bonkers from stress before we started cooking when I was just eating like raw rations. So that is a pro tip there for sure. Okay, let's hit the bar. Hey, someone we don't know. Hello. Okay, nobody else is new. We could pick up... Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say we could pick up a delivery, but I guess not. And you won't talk to me. Leather, foil, glass. Okay, we needed compounds. I don't think we can afford that. No. Let's install what we got. So that's going to be another weather. Install. Yes. Fine. I don't think we're going to hang around here anymore. Our route is already set. Let's peek at the store. Abundant. I would like more med kits, that's for sure. Books were low on them, but we're okay. Can I? We are going to need some more food at some point, so get at least something. Okay. And leave. Go. Your engine was too cold and has stalled. Okay, so you're just doing start the engine, you're not using the water. I guess out of curiosity. Okay, so it just doesn't give you a lot of heat. So if you want to keep traveling in a storm, you definitely would want to heat it up. Okay. Bonus horsepower and all weather, perfection. Yeah, I can see that. Where are we going next? Junk pile. Okay. You notice a small dog sitting beneath the road. Nope. Sorry, buddy. Nope. We already have a hunting dog that we're feeding and not getting anything out of. Maggot in landfill. Search. Hastily. Iron connector. Widget. Compound. Pig iron. Cool. Alright, we're not tempting fate though. Starting the engine also has a higher chance to fail. Good to know. What I think about that. Supply cache is as good as new. What maniac would go digging out in the dirt? 500 scrap. Cool. Alright, next stop is the Mulberry Creek gas station. And you know what? I think if we're gonna go all the way here anyways. Alright, if we're gonna be here anyways, let's just be here anyways. And let's get this while we're here. Who knows, next time we'll be back on this part. Our fuel's okay, although I am paying attention. Ammo's fine, food's fine. Tires is getting a little iffy. Yeah. Engine's too cold. Yeah, I'd rather have the heat. Yeah, definitely knowing what I know now, I do feel like summer is the time to stock up on water. I'm not chancing it if we can't focus them. Gas station, hello? We'll search you quickly. Widgets, fiber, scrap, pig iron, excellent. On the road again, go. Where are we at? Alright, we're doing a bit of a weirdity here. Let's actually change these a little bit. Change these a lot. Try not to do too much mountain driving if I can help it. Got a core. Core is old but still operational. Cha-ching. Even the game knows. Even the game knows. Okay, so we don't need to do that. Why are you stuck? Reset. I don't know what that was doing. Get out of here, go there, go there, go there, go there. I like their waypointing system in this game. I like that you can move the pins around too normally. Pretty handy. You started talking about exercise. Chemist isn't interested in exercise. That's why she's getting pudgy. You come up on a dried up river. We'll drive it. That's not a good sign. We are attacked due to high risk. I think we're gonna run from that one. I'm gonna decoy that. Yeah. So we spent our meat already, sadly, but I think that was probably worth our time. Rain? We'll take that. Thank you, thank you. I just want to get like 20. There we go. If it rains harder, we'll stop and get more. But 20 is at least one engine start if I have to. The only thing missing is, yeah, it would be nice if you could like right click on one to just delete that specific point, but at least you can drag and rearrange them. We're exhausted. Ooh, I don't love that. Give me a rest. Drive on. I want to try to catch one of those really low points. All right, we'll chance this. We got a ways to go, so. Oh no, not camp. Never mind. Sleep. All right, drive on. Oh, I guess we were closer than I thought. Maybe I should have pushed that. I guess it's okay. Another dry gulch landfill. Pre-fall material, gear, iron, connector, pig iron. Excellent. Someday we'll have enough weapons that I can brazenly raid those. And of course we run into this guy. He needs 3 infected meat, so I wouldn't have had anyways. Sorry, friend. I'm also apparently not carrying the stuff. Alright, with her, I was gonna You arrive at the great oil well named for the small, naturally occurring oil well here. This city is much smaller than the grandiose name might suggest, and its location at the edge of the Dustlands mean few ever visit it. We got 7,584 scrap. So at least that paid off. All right, continue giving me some more crafting. Okay, repair shop. How we doing? We're doing fine. All right, if we're gonna pay those guys off, we have 5,000 excess at the moment. You're selling guns? You are selling guns. Yes, give me a shotgun. Yeah, don't show that again. Okay, now you guys can stop making fun of me. We are zombie equipped. We have a crowbar and a shotgun, and a steel pipe and a shotgun, and a tracksuit. Vital for fighting zombies, as I'm sure anyone knows. Well, there we go. Very happy about that, actually. All right, store. What do you got? Fuel? We're actually decent. I wouldn't mind buying a little bit, though. Like, and when I say a little bit, like 500. Eggs, I'll take 10. I gotta be careful. I can't go too crazy here. Clothing, give me 5. That way we can do that event. Okay. And I think that's just literally all I want to do here. Repair shop, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna leave city. They don't have an inn, so I'm allowed to camp right here. And it should be very safe. So we are gonna sleep before we head back out. And we're gonna kitchen. We're gonna cook. We gotta cook. All right, how about... Do you do anything? Egg noodle soup. All right, what if we add some fish? Advanced fish noodle soup. All right, bulk it. There you go. We'll save that. Well, actually, you know what? Can we do like a tuna sandwich or something? A normal fish sandwich. How about a scallop? Seafood sandwich. That, I guess tuna fish is technically seafood. I'm not huge into seafood. I like tuna. I guess you could call salmon kind of sort of seafood. Not huge into that. Okay, engine temperature. We're at 0. I don't want to cool, I want to heat. We have some tires. Yeah, there's nothing else here. In 5 hours, sunny. Hi, good to know. Do you still have the little girl around? Little girl? We had another lady. I don't remember what her cook was, but there was a love triangle thing going on that was driving both of them absolutely insane. So we had to pick one. We picked the girlfriend to stay in the truck because they were going to probably kill each other at the rate they were going. Okay, reset. All right, I still don't feel like we're ready for this, so I'm not going to fiddle with that. The question is, do we go back the way we came? And I think the answer is automatically no. I think we go this way. Is that faster, though? I'm not sure that's actually faster, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure which way is faster there. I think honestly this way is better. I guess we could squeak through here though. This feels just distance-wise longer, so maybe we push forward. All right, it also allows me to hit some actual like places. Daybreak City is nothing. It's kind of a garbage spot. All right, well, get out of the garbage. Come over here. That's an actual city that we could stop in. We'll do that. All right, you need ointment, ammo, cloth, and meds. Okay, do you do any of that? Clothing, no. All right, so nothing here is useful. To heat the engine, you got to get the stupid event. Okay. Yeah, that's what I think. We've been to most of these towns over here before, but yeah, I think this is going to be shorter, or at least faster, depending on how you want to look at it. Starlight Seed produced water times 4. The creepy infection music kicks in. We've arrived in Pure Glade Factory. It's been abandoned for some time. Okay, as usual. Search. Quick. Take it. Are we getting close to making our next gun? We are. So I would have to take off the steel pipe though. I'm a little reluctant to do that. We could make ourselves a bat, make ourselves a metal club. We have a metal club and a bat, we can make a steel pipe. All right, let's not do this crafting here, but we should look at crafting again in the very near future. So leave city, map, go, art. A convoy of vehicles coming through. View roaring down the road. The folks in the convoy are heavily armed and look decidedly unfriendly. Now we're gonna flee. Pedal to the metal. You're equipped with a metal club, not a pipe. Am I really? I am. But we can make one, so my thing stands, I suppose. Okay, dust storm. All right, if we're stuck here anyways, we'll do some crafting. All right, so to make a steel pipe, we need a metal club and a bat. So make me a bat, an advanced bat, and apparently a metal club. I'm just eyeballing this. What's a blade? Blade. We might actually be able to make a katana. Hang on a second. We need a makeshift sword, and we have everything else. Makeshift sword, we have everything else. All we would need is a blade? Excuse me? So we need... I don't love how the menu shifts things around. That always throws me for a loop. We need to learn it. Okay. Okay. I'm down. Alright, still though, if we wanted a steel pipe, we need a metal club. It's still sandstorm, so I can't go anywhere anyways. A legendary metal club. So, okay, I'm gonna tell a sidetrack story here. In high school, the tabletop game of choice for my friend group was a game called Rifts. It's a Palladium system. We absolutely loved that system. And when we went on a trip during high school to Spain, we of course brought a couple books and some characters so we could play, you know, while you're traveling, whatnot. Sometimes you just have nothing to do. So the character I played while I was in Spain was a juicer, and we were playing in Chi-Town, and we got in like the first fight of the whole campaign, and it's like random thugs, right? Just dudes. I'm playing a juicer. A juicer in that game is like a chemically augmented super soldier. Like not quite really a space marine, but like think like space marine. Like you're absolutely insane. Random thug with like a +1 to hit almost killed me with a lead pipe. Just literally beat that character into the ground. I couldn't roll above like a 2 to literally save my life. It was such a meme, I never lived it down. When we won the combat, not in any part due to me doing anything, I took the lead pipe and I insisted that it was a very powerful weapon, and I used it as my melee weapon. Juicers are weak for your lifespan. We just need to juice harder, Ian. Obviously, you're not trying hard enough. But anyways, that's my side. Just seeing that pipe made me think of that. Okay, steel pipe, craft. We made a normal steel pipe. So does the ingredient quality not matter to the output quality, or is it just a random roll? Okay, so we have a crowbar. If we didn't want to use that, I think that is frankly just better for her, because 40% attack is not going to be that much for what she has. So she keeps the crowbar. Metal club is 3. I mean, the blade's better. Might as well use it for now. We're still stuck. Okay. Gun. So here, we need to make... It's crude rifle, right? No, musket. And pipe gun. So we need a musket. Craft it. Confirm. And we need a pipe gun, which needs another steel pipe. Melee. I wish you could click one button and have it do the prerequisite crafts for you, if that makes any sense. So we need a bat, craft it. Steel pipe, craft it. Storm cleared. What was it? It was a pipe gun? We don't have enough pig iron. Okay. Well, hey, if nothing else, we did some crafting there. We did get an improvement having the blade, so we're slightly better than we were before. Yeah. And if we go to items, what would this be? Equipment. We have an advanced musket and an advanced steel pipe. So with some more pig iron, we could be on our way to a bolt action. We're ready to roll. Your favorite character was a Cyber Knight? Nice. I would say like my most memorable character, we had a friend that he only ever DM'd one time and arguably actually ran one of the best games we ever played. I see that axe. Yep. And we just hit one. 1% says slice. Yep. We were doing good. I did see that we had a couple little lag spikes, but they weren't really frame dropping until just now. But I see the usual behavior is what I'll call it. Let me grab a screenshot here. I'm definitely, whether it was going to run nice or not tonight, I was definitely going to call them again tomorrow. So I'll have a fresh screenshot. It looks like that was just a one-off, like, hiccup cough, hopefully. We have been bouncing up and down a little bit. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. The prerequisites are in blue if you don't have to craft them separately. Nice. It started when you showed up. Yeah, Union, obviously. No, it's been my internet. It's been bouncing, but what that tells me is when we've been getting those little spikes, but they weren't causing frame drop, what's going on is something's causing the latency to hit so high that we drop. whereas something that they've worked on during one of these recently has helped. You know, it's all I can do is provide evidence. All I can do is provide evidence. All right, you arrive in Daybreak City, located on the riverbank. Okay, as usual. Oh no, not apartments. There's somebody here, weirdly enough. Buy junk. Here's iron. If you had pig iron, I would buy from you. But we need to make sure we have the money for what we're gonna do. Alright. Well, currently the connection seems okay. I'm kind of like side-eyeing it here really hard. Cyber Knights also use the mega damage Scythe Swords. One of the house rules, we actually modded the rules for that relatively heavily because we didn't like them. One thing that we always did is we said that 1 mega damage point was equal to 100 structural damage points as a point of balance. Worked very well for us. Okay, well that, frankly. Library though. We needed to research blueprint for melee, and I needed the makeshift sword. Thank you. Okay, does that also mean I need the katana recipe? Cool. Okay, so makeshift sword. We could do... Can I craft that and we'll just rip it out of my hands? Oh, I guess it would do what I was asking it to do. Nice. I am gonna rip that out of my hands though, because I want to use that. So unequip that. Craft. I assume this must be another town that we can probably take over, just because it's kind of set up the same way as the other one. Question mark, I suppose. All right, make the makeshift sword. We got an advanced makeshift sword. So we need 1 connector and we can make a katana. Did we have somebody in the bar? Oh, they disappeared now. Okay. All right, 1 connector. I already own. How do I own Daybreak City? Can I just move in basically? Is that what it is? I guess we have managed city. Yeah, you're right. It's mine now. All right, well, we are not even done with 1 town, much less multiple, so I'm not going to do anything here. Anything I can take? Nope. Nope, and I do see we are dropping a little bit more frames. Well, we made it so far. We made it so far. All right, well, that's really good info, though, for me to get some more, like, hey, this is what's going on. At least it's something different and not the same thing that we've been suffering through. All right, well, for now, it's not total misery territory, so we're going to push on. If it gets bad, we'll just call it Sag. I was so hopeful. I was so hopeful. All right, leave city, map. Let's reset. Let's actually hit here, and then we'll just go around. We're looking for a connector, is what we would really like to see. Combat styles, yep. Well, my favorite, like, section of it was... I like just the, like, East Coast America stuff, but I liked Atlantis. That was my favorite. You've arrived at the Muddle Patch landfill. All right, you got a connector for me? Tell me you got a connector for me. That was not a connector, although the pig iron is useful too. Drive on. You spot an unopened wooden crate. We will search them thoroughly. Didn't find anything. Rip. It's getting pretty hot here. We're gonna drive on. Too cold installed. I don't love that. I really don't love that. We're at 0 temp. Yeah, please get me out of the 20% risk here. I would love to stop and get a little bit of water, but I'm not going to do it with that much risk. There we go. Oh, and then it stops. Figures. True Atlanteans, yup. The magic tattoos were cool, yup. Yes, they were. All right, so and I gotta squint over here. All right, so 720 is when our problems start. Let me actually write that down so I can remember for my notes. Packet loss. Crew is exhausted. All right, well, I guess we had to be exhausted. This is a good place to do it. So let's go ahead and camp. And we need to sleep and get attacked, apparently. Very easy one. Like, all right, we're gonna let you guys get pretty close. All right, now hang on. So, okay, so is this the 31 you were talking about? So we should be able to auto kill this guy in melee. I'm gonna trust you. All right, I think I understand that better than I did before. Melee 31. Okay, I think I'm understanding that more. I was looking at the damage stat, not that stat. So that makes sense. All right, well, that was unlucky that we got caught there. We still need to sleep, so. And now we have a dust storm, so I guess I'm just gonna sleep a second time. And we're attacked. All right, fight. All right, 31 versus 27 means that we should be able to go straight to melee and kill them. Okay. I'm understanding that system better now. Thank you. All right, we ride. Caravan from Crude Town has arrived in Starlight City. All right, we have fuel. I don't need it. Milk and clothing. None of that stuff I need. None of this is stuff I have. Okay. Wait. Where are we? All right, keep going. Oh, that was my town. That also could use a little more telegraphing for me. You arrive at SM City. No one is sure what the acronym means. Yeah, we've been here before. Okay, so let's do inn. We'll take the cheap room. Bar. Knight errant. Meh. Buy junk. We need a connector. 6 connectors. I'm doing it. Give. Now we'll check the deliveries. Metropole, no. Road construction, no. Valleyville. I would do that, but we're heading the opposite direction. Rude Town. We could hit Crude Town on the way back over. I'll take that. Yeah, that's been mentioned by some people. We can go in here and we can trade junk. So, yeah, if we really, really are desperate, we can come in here and start fiddling. I got what I wanted mainly there, though. So, katana, raft. Okay. We going full weeb now. There it is. And then what did we need? Okay, here. A pipe gun. We have everything we need, but it's not learned. Spend 7 books. Or what if we went to the library? I guess it's the same. Okay. Not any different. All right, so we then craft you, which means standard pistol. So we need to learn that. We're gonna run out of books here momentarily. Okay, craft that. A legendary standard pistol. All right, bolt action needs a steel pipe. Steel pipe needs more pig iron. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Is that better than the shotgun? Uses more ammo, has less accuracy, and less damage. So the shotgun is just better. Okay, yeah, I don't have anything else to say about that. Yeah, so I want to take another screenshot of that. I'm just trying to catch different behaviors here. Okay, we are rested up. Nothing else to do there. Store. Just double checking. Rubber, eggs. I gotta be careful. I need to make sure we have some money when we actually get there. Let's map it. Okay, so we are heading here. Or wheat, eggs, medical herbs. All right, we could do eggs. All right, so no, not far. Store, abundant, eggs. 50 eggs. Try to bargain them. We got 10% discount. And then a storm rolled into town when I was just ready to leave. Awkward. Awkward. I guess leave city and then we just rest. Hey, my farmer leveled up. Okay, good. They get XP for working in town. That's something. There we go. Roll out. Come across a small thicket. There might be some game in there. All right, let's use our hunting dog. 5 rabbits. Okay, so if I have a legendary pistol, does that help me when I make my next craft? Like, does that give me a better chance of getting a better gun on the next one when we use the pistol? Or is that kind of a moot point? The edgelord is born. Nope. Okay. So basically rip. The final product is what really matters. It will stop here. Yoink. Give me some of that. That's not a lot of water for how heavy that rain looks. We're gonna continue on. We stalled out. Alright, do it. You arrive at Hill Hollow. It's abandoned. We will search hastily. We got interrupted. Wow. 17 to 116. No, thank you. We don't have any more meat. Burn the fuel. Not playing with that one. Nope. Big nopes on that. Let's actually reset. Take me here. Go. Leave city. Go. A convoy of vehicles comes into view, roaring down the road. The folks in the convoy are heavily armed and look decidedly unfriendly. Run away from them too. Man, this is a dangerous neighborhood, frankly. Also, we need to start watching our fuel again. Harp Grove. Hello. Store. Scarce. Sell the eggs. Nice. Good profit on that. We'll try to upsell it. No. I need the money, please. Thank you. Abundant items. I actually could use a few tires. Let's buy some tires. Okay, then our next stop. We're heading that way. We could go to faraway gas station. Not a great drive, but we could do it. Rations, milk, wood, charcoal, button. Okay, we could do wood and charcoal. The town probably doesn't have that much money though, so we really should pick one or the other. Let's do the charcoal. If they can't buy it all, at least it's useful for me. Okay, our water's still looking good. I'm gonna try to hold out. Our fuel's not desperate. We'll buy some veggies. This is for personal use. And I guess some prawn, shrimp, and scallops. That's not buying. Buy 10 scallops. And then since we're here, we'll head in here and use the kitchen. Okay, veggies, prawn, cook. Advanced seafood broth. Oh, yes, go. All right, use up the rabbit. Oh, go. Scallops. Oh, go. All right, 15 now. That's probably worth it. Give me 15 more vegetables. We'll just really stock up while we're here. We're gonna have to do it sooner or later anyways, so. All right, water, veggies, scallop. Bulk, go. And the same, but with shrimp. All right, we made plenty of food now. We are kind of tired. Let's hit the standard room before we go. And map, clear. All right, so we want to go here. Ironically enough, it's probably faster to just, frankly, just go around. There's such a penalty for that. You're only one. That, well, even that's probably still worth it. Go. Is my driver wearing clothes and hats? My driver has sunglasses and a tracksuit. So not the best set. Was mainly picked for charisma gear to get us started. You spot a camp on the horizon with a menagerie. Nope. No menageries, please. Ugh, cold weather. Oh, that's so bad. Static. We don't know how long it's gonna last. We'll scare away the storm. It's your, that's such a funny question out of context. Is the driver wearing clothes? Could you make sure the driver's wearing clothes for me? Yes. Yes, he is. All right. This is attacking our town. It's at night because of course it is. And they have 83 attack. We have 18 melee. We are going to start the volleys, despite how bad this is probably going to be. We would really like it. We would have really liked it if we got some hits. 2 is not going to do it, friend. What does defend do? I don't know. All right. Ow. I can't believe we're actually winning that. Holy moly. Got some scrap. Lag spikes again? Yep. Yeah, it's... I would post it to show you guys what I see, but it kind of like doxes myself, so I can't really post the full screenshot, but yeah. Line go bad is what it's doing. All right, carry on, please. Your town had more raw HP. Yeah, we've upgraded the walls a couple times. I really need to get that guy like a real weapon. That would really help us out. I don't mind spending the ammo, it's just we whiff more than we hit. Maybe when we get back we can level up his I don't think you could really level up shooting though, can you? Rusted out train. We'll try. Find a ton of useful items, scrap and rations. Okay. Better than nothing. You were late on a delivery? Oh, was I? Oh, I am. Yep. Well, there's nothing for it. Okay, here, store, scarce, sell the charcoal. Okay. And whoops, buy abundant fuel. All right, we do need a decent chunk of fuel here. I want like 1,000. We'll try to bargain that. Got it. Okay, we also could use some books, so that's actually kind of nice too. I gotta be a little careful of our money here. Take that. Nothing else though. All right, map. Do it. You have fully upgraded walls and semi-automatic guns, and you still have very close battles. Wow. Yeah, one dude with a bad gun, he has like a makeshift rifle or something. It's not good. That's why I'm kind of like trying to focus in a little bit about scavenging a little harder. Next thing I'd like to make is another katana, so we have another good melee weapon. And then we really just need more people, frankly, in our truck and in town. For both. All right, start the engine. Keep going. Failed missions give a huge penalty. Yeah, I miscalculated how much time this was going to take. That's all I can say. Crew is exhausted. Well, I don't love that. Okay, keep going. Don't be exhausted, lol. 500 scrap. Cool. Part. Yeah, we're just gonna have to keep resting. There's not much else I can do. We can't sleep in the swamp. Hunting skills, sure. Nothing. Okay. Negative penalties are bad. We'll see here in 11 hours and 55 minutes. We missed one before where like I think it was by like 30 minutes. It was so ridiculous. We're getting close, kinda. Part of my problem is that we had to do that big jump. Bucktooth Farm. All right, we're back, Mr. Bucktooth. Step 1, I would like to sleep. All right, Mr. Bucktooth. Let's do the chat. Service fee. All right, so we got in here a different way. All right, don't worry, we'll cover your service fee. No reason. Just because you have to work with Civitas doesn't mean you have to sell your soul. That's right. That's right. I'll have you note, I didn't sell my soul. For virtue. Gain some XP. Completed a job. Whatever your reason, thank you, and I'm sorry for yelling at you back there. You're good folk. I've got some scrap stash for emergencies. Sorry to make you pick it up yourself, but I really can't be leaving the farm right now. My brother runs a gas station in the valley northwest of here. Just tell him my name and he'll give you the money. Thanks again, safe travels. Best of luck to you too. However you handled it, you managed to complete the first job. Time to go back to the dawn. Okay, we have 2 points here. All right, we were upping speech and focus. I think I want some more focus so that we can get some better scout results. We're getting some events that we can't scout. She's got 1 point and we are still upping her crafting. Currently my goal is 31 because with the crowbar that takes her to 35. Okay, I don't even really want to drive in a snowstorm, so let's, I don't know, see if we can find some way to burn some time. We'll buy 10 eggs and we'll bargain to waste time basically. Yeah, there's our fail. So we lost 2 virtue and we lost 10 reputation. Wow, I couldn't pull that word up. So not great. All right, we have plenty of food for ourselves. Are we still snowing? We are still snowing. What if we make... Oh, market report. You know what? Sure, let's burn the time. There's a fuel surplus in Prophet's Lodge. Can I keep passing time that way? We're immediately gonna freeze if we go anywhere. Get a few more good traits. If you get monogamous, faithful, the other girls can't seduce you more. Ladies, please. I'm just a humble truck driver. I didn't check the bar. Maybe we could hop in here. What do we know? I probably shouldn't get myself into any more trouble. What else do we have at the moment? 12 days on this. Okay, and that is exactly where we're going. So was the last one. All right. We're gonna go here. Is this really faster? -2? I guess it is. All right. Let's do this route. All right, depart. Understood. And we immediately freeze, which we knew was going to happen, and go. Is there a polygamy trait? Yes, there is, Axe. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but yeah. I'm pretty sure there is Ultra on the character creation, at least. I think that would be bad, though, because what are the odds you're going to find other people that have it, too? So, like, while your character might not mind, I think everyone else would still be all pissed off. All right, we'll search quickly, because this is really infected, apparently. Got some pig iron. Leave and go. You notice a small dog sitting beneath the road. Nope. No more adopting dogs. One dog in this tractor trailer is enough. Travel 60,000 kilometers in a single playthrough. There you go. Well, my connection seems to have settled back down, so that's something. At least it was only a minor stroke tonight. After the internet came back on Sunday, it literally was doing like the really bad like frame drop stuff all the way until 11 o'clock. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Gas station appears in the horizon. We will do a... it's not that infected here. We'll do a thorough search on this one. Ton of supplies. Cool. All right, depart. Am I crazy? I thought it was right next to... I mean, I could definitely be wrong. I've only looked at the character creator like once, but I swear it was right next to like the monogamy trait. I swear. It definitely wasn't called polygamous though. It was something else. You've arrived at Prophet's Lodge. Okay, so didn't we need to talk to that guy's brother? Maybe not. He said that, but... well, yeah, we definitely had a lot of that Ultra. I don't know if you saw the last real episode, but I had two ladies and we had to leave one behind. They were about ready to kill each other because they were just fighting over the driver. Okay, abundant items. Oh, hold on. This is not the way to do it. We are heading... here would be my next real town. They need ammo, building materials, medical, and honey. Animals, medical, honey... no. Nothing that they particularly want. Alright, is there anything that I want? Wood, rubber, flour. Some flour for making noodles. Let's grab like 20. And we could buy some of the cheap... buy some of the cheap meat. We'll get 10 of those. We'll get 10 of these. And we'll get 10 mushrooms and 10 mushrooms. There we go. That can make a decent amount of food for us there if we need to next time. All right, I think that's it. We could use the sleep. Let's get a standard room. Yes. And let's go. Drive on. Yeah, my apologies that we still have to keep talking about connection issues, but like right there, we had a nice big spike in latency, but we didn't drop frames. So that's just interesting. Also, OBS, what are you trying to tell me here? What do you want? You want to tell me that I can start a members only live? Okay, well that's great. I'm not going to do that right now. Interesting, I've never had that pop up before. You come across a small pool of water. You can see there are some fish there. Now, we don't have fishing skill yet. Drive on, crazy cats, drive on. Our season's 30 days. Am I correct in that assessment? So that would be day 120, we'll be out of winter. Yeah, just a quick one. Compound. 30, okay, thank you. And we actually could probably do this better. Get me out of the goop as fast as I can, get over there. There we go. Seasons last a month. Yeah, I like games that do something like that. Like 30 days is an entire like quarter of the year. Or Rimworld does like 15. I think that's a pretty good value. Top task was a brother. Shoot, did I miss it? Wow. Okay, well, rip me. I'll try to remember next time we're there. I need to look at those a little more carefully. I was expecting it to be like right here, so I guess I just didn't see it. All right, can we get across this time? Yes, we can. Started talking about Northern Lookout. Ramshackle, give. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to make another katana by the time we hit a big city where I want to stop and craft again. Okay, so from here... we could stop at our main town. I don't know why we would, though. Yeah, I kind of want to craft this up further. I guess maybe we should take a second and look at our crafting before we decide. So, drive on. We'll make it to this town, then we'll decide. If we can craft that weapon, I'm strongly considering dropping it off up here. Because that was pitiful in that last fight. We really need to be able to shoot. Yeah, they produce some stuff, but I don't think it's anything particularly useful to me at the moment. It would mainly just be water of things that are actually of use to me. We are exhausted. All right, we'll do a quick camp. Still only 6%. Of course, it starts raining. Yeah, the thing I would like to do is I'd like them to start taking the wheat we're producing and making flour. So we would have flour, water, and chicken, and then we could feed ourselves off of that. That would be a decent meal that we could cook up. I mean, food's not like super expensive, but it's just handy to be able to have like one thing and just make a bunch in batch. Did we ever upgrade the truck? I mean, we've done, yes is the short answer. Several of them. Some of the horsepower, although we really need another horsepower upgrade. We've done several of the size. Can't see in here, can I? Oh, here, repair shop. Upgrade. So, yeah, this is the one that we need. Would be the next upgrade, really. We've done a comfort. We've done a couple storage. I'd like to do a tire. Probably my next one. If we ever actually have some money. Okay, craft. Gun. We need a steel pipe. For the steel pipe, we have everything we need. Craft. Yes. Got the steel pipe. Gun. We are 1 iron short. We are 1 iron short. Bar. Interact. Junk. You still have some iron? You sure don't. Interact. Buy junk. Pig iron is not what I need. Interact. Buy junk. You also need to learn. Ah, yes, that's true too. So I guess I don't need to search quite so desperately here, because we don't know the recipe either. Yeah. Fair. Okay, store. All right, so next. All right, if I can't craft that, there's really no reason to stop here. Some scrap, some water. Not really a whole lot. Some vegetables and chicken and eggs. I mean, it would be okay, but we have plenty of food. We're not hurting for food at all. Speaking of which, though, I will cook up what we got. Just saves me having to do it later. Look at that full meal deal we're making. Make 10 inevitable food. What? What? That was totally edible. What are you talking about? What, egg noodles and squab with some mushrooms? Inevitable. What am I missing here? Apparently we don't like mushrooms all of a sudden. I'm gonna say that was some BS. I'm gonna say that was some big BS. Or maybe I was just trying to get that achievement. You just don't know. Alright, well apparently we're gonna have to drop all this garbage. Rip my food. How about sticking to the recipes, you know? Apparently we're not allowed to experiment on cooking night. Alright, snowing. It's cheap. I'll sleep before we go. Hopefully the storm will blow over. It sure didn't. We'll play on the CB. Alright, so clear what we got. We'll stop here. Let's grab that. Let's grab that. And then we'll go there. We don't have anything to sell here. Rations, wheat, sugarcane, wood. They do have rations. Okay, hang on. So store. Rations. We have 80 rations in our truck. Let's only buy like 20. I'm carrying around probably more than I need to. All right, and let's just go stall out our truck, I guess. Go. Oh. All right, well, on my end, our connection seizure has completely gotten better. Let me know if it starts bugging out again. It's back down to what it should be. All right, Oasis, sure. Nothing like hitting the Oasis in the middle of a blizzard. Get some fruit to make pies. Ooh, delicious. All right, drive, please. Man, I am so tired of connection problems. I'm sure you guys know, but man, man, I am tired of it. Okay, talk about the airplane event. Fuel's good, water's okay. Food's fine. Tires, we probably need some tires in the nearish future. Iron, okay, there's the iron we needed. All right, but we're not going to do any crafting at the landfill. Okay, zero risk. Let's craft here. All right, so all we need is to learn the recipe, and I can't do it out in the field because we need the library. I don't suppose you guys have a library. They do. Excellent. All right, I can't wait till we get there. You spot a few survivors camped out by their pickup truck. They seem to be resting. Do some recon. They don't seem dangerous. We will rest. I really like that one. It's such a nice, safe, easy rest there. Couldn't keep it warm while we were there. I feel like we should have designed this truck in such a way that the internal heat could keep us from stalling out. Like, put a piece of cardboard in front of the radiator or something here. Found some fuel. Cool. Yeah, nothing really for it. Drive that one. Yeah, we have done some of that, Ultra. I think you can also get some cooking recipes too if you talk with them about the food. By the way, I don't know why this just made me think of it, but I noticed the other day that I was getting a spike in views on the old Cavalry Girls playthrough. I don't know if any of you guys were around back in those days, but they just had a big patch and a new DLC come out. Seems like it's getting pretty well received, I guess. Kind of a cool little mech game if you like mech games. Played that like, geez, almost 2 years ago now. A long time. It was a pretty good playthrough. Although the mic quality is probably not as good as it is these days. Old tank that we can't scout? Nope. Yeah, we really need another hire. I think we need to start prioritizing that a little higher. I need to get another person so that we can get some more focus and some more combat ability. Cavalry Girls? Yep. Yep. It's a mech game. You have psychic mech pilots that are in like a fascist state and they are like forced to pilot mechs. And it's absolutely ridiculous. But the combat is tight. The combat in the mech building is pretty tight. Like, in the playthrough, literally every day of the game, there's like a new mechanic that is given to you. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, the entire playthrough, every day there was a new mechanic. It actually got to be kind of ridiculous. So, yeah. If you like mechs and anime girls and third-person mech fights, okay, almost to town. Doesn't have a swimsuit DLC? I don't think it needed one, Union. You've arrived in Civitas. Yes, we have. We got our task. Okay, so I don't know if we had 2 tasks to go here or if that was the one that we... No, I think we had 2. Okay, so we need to go to the south of here and the north of here. But both of those tasks have plenty of time left. Okay, step 1, let's go to the inn and sleep. Get that taken care of. Step 2, let's go to the library. We'll learn a blueprint for the bolt action. Yes. Then let's craft the bolt action. Legendary bolt action. Very nice. And we have almost everything we would need to go up to semi-automatic. Oh, no, we don't. We need 2 bolt actions. Man, this is a painful crafting system, I will say. This is not how you craft guns, by the way. You don't make a pistol and then upgrade it to a semi-automatic rifle. All right, well, let's see if that's actually better than what we... Well, hold on. Well, no, we're not even close to being able to make the next thing. All right, how good are you? Not as good as a shotgun. Okay, so we're gonna keep the good stuff for ourselves, but we have a weapon for, let's say, a third person, maybe? All right, for her, we want to make a katana. So melee. We are way, way, way too far down on iron, unfortunately. Using bolt action for a long time. Good to know. I mean, the shotguns that we bought, we've got for 2.5k, so yeah, those are not cheap. It's 100% better than the shotgun? Really? Hold on, I need to understand why. Why is it better? So for me, I see shotgun has better accuracy, better damage, better ammo. What am I missing here? Like, why is the bolt action better? Because I don't really see anything about range. In combat, it just seems if I let them get closer, we get a higher bonus. It's 4 ammo versus 1. Okay, so it's gonna attack 4 times. Is that what that means? It's not 4 ammo for 1 shot. It's I shoot 4 times. Obviously I need to understand their combat systems because I made some wrong assumptions. I'm gonna leave that on for now, but yeah, we'll probably save this for our third companion. Anything that's hard, I'm just gonna run away from, so. Okay, repair shop we don't need to do. Let's do our Dawn. The Dawn seated at the desk, scribbling furiously with a fountain pen. I'm a busy man, keep it brief or keep your peace. We got the service fee. Okay, we made up for failing our delivery. We also got 4 cores. He seems pleased. Got another job for you, one that will decide the future of Civitas. Meet me in Metropole and don't be late. Okay. That's a long ways away, isn't it? Yes, that is quite far away. Okay. Well, that is what that is. Anything in the store I want? Tires, yes. I probably... You know, we got room. Let's just get 10 and we'll bargain. We failed. Rations. Oh, I was gonna sell rations at that last town. Shoot. That's fine. Plenty of places buy rations. Yeah, we don't need any of this. Okay, bar. All right, we are looking for another person, so let's poke around a little bit. So, has some attack. I'm mainly looking for focus, attack, fitness. That's really what I'm looking for the most part. Some life skills wouldn't be terrible. Like, this is fine. The focus is kind of nice. Okay, Dustwoods are going to be a bodyguard. Cheap, but bad stats. She also hates driving. Mechanic. Falls in love easy. Uh-oh. I don't know about that. We've already dealt with that one before. Bartender, a fisherman, a rover, librarian, dancer, cloak, technician. Okay, you're more of a crafty person. A warhorse. Okay, 18 attack. I don't hate this one. We don't know what the focus is, but the attack's pretty good. We don't know what the traits are, though. So if we interact with you, how can we find out more about their traits? I guess we chat? No one knows them. Okay, that's not it. Buy you a drink? Forget it. Yeah, how do we learn more about their traits? Sometimes we learn them, I'm guessing, because we have high focus. We can hire the bartender. It's a heavy drinker, a camel, and a rain heater. Okay, so we need more focus. Okay, yep, that is gonna be Babble's focus then. All right, I need to think about this aviator though. I don't hate this. Good focus. We need more focus so that we can scout out some of those events that we're failing to scout. Attack is kind of whatever. The price isn't bad. Metropole, I think we're okay on. So we basically would just have to recruit her blind. Let's say we recruit her and we don't like her. She really doesn't have a job in town. I guess we could get her speech to 15 and she could work in the trade. Hunter, marksman, sharpshooter. I assume that's their job. I don't think we've seen any of those here. I mean, and it doesn't have to come from here. Just, I'm kind of more on the lookout than I was before. All right. Yeah, I think we're good there. Okay, so... Water's getting a little low, but not horrifically so. Okay, so we're gonna head down here for a mission. Let's go ahead and hit whatever that is, and then we'll hit that, and then we'll hit that. And we'll just move that flag. Go. 30 plus and then put a falcon on him. Okay. Yeah, that's right, connection. You keep behaving yourself. Okay, we found a tank. Long abandoned. All right, we'll check this one. Don't find anything. Rip. Engine is too cold. Story of our life tonight. Are we remotely close to that weather upgrade by chance? No, we need 5 more compounds. I might be willing, in fact I am willing to rip this out and put that in. Although at this point, we're so far through winter, maybe we just say forget it. Yeah, we don't need anything there. Maybe we just say forget it. We would be looking at like a heating vent, I guess. Tarpaulin would be good, which for that one we need mud proofing and tire chains. Pig iron, connectors. Yeah, we just need more stuff. Just more stuff. Hey, Wolf, how's it going, man? It's been a while. At least a while on live, that is. What is this game? It's Dustland Deliveries. Post-apocalyptic truck driving simulator. With a little bit of like city management. It's not really like city building. Like you're kind of a mayor and you do some stuff. There's some rudimentary zombie combat, a little bit of survival. Kind of an interesting little title. I picked it up on the last Steam sale, so I got it like really cheap. I'm kind of in a I'm really grumpy about game prices mood for a while, so I've been buying things on sale really cheap. Next game we're gonna stream, and doubly so if my connection ever starts actually working, I got a pretty good deal on too. So very happy with that. First encounter with the infected swarm. A massive swarm of infected stretches all the way to the horizon. Nope. Nope. We're not doing that. We escaped for 60 fuel. We got a dust storm. Well, thank goodness we got away before the dust storm hit. In 3 hours. All right, well, camp. And I guess we'll just sleep. There we go. We ride. Last week and this week have been super busy getting the kids back to school. Yep. I think, yeah, it's been, my channel's been okay because I'm mostly kind of older people, but there's like a whole confluence of things. Like this is a slow time of year for YouTube in general, and YouTube just can't help themselves. So like they've added the age verification, they've added the like restricted. So if you guys haven't seen it, I'll just repeat it. I don't think it affects me too much, although I haven't confirmed it. On your YouTube account, make sure that YouTube didn't auto toggle on restricted, because it will auto hide videos. Even videos that are not marked as mature and have green check marks all the way on the back end, they're hiding people's videos. I know like Josh Heist Strays had some tweets and a video about it where he was able to show like, look, they're hiding like half my videos if that setting's on. And it doesn't tell you it turned it on, and it doesn't tell you it's on anywhere than that like one spot. So if you have other content creators you follow and you're wondering why they're not posting, you may double check that setting, because people are getting screwed. The I read around in partnered YouTube and I read around in YouTubers Reddits, and like a third of the posts are people absolutely losing their minds over how bad viewership is because of all this like confluence of problems at the moment, plus the time of year. So not far off on the side of the road is a magnificent sight, a forest of towering stone pillars with no end in sight. You spot old footprints leading in and out of the pillars. They're not spaced far enough apart for a truck, so if you want to investigate, you'll have to go on foot. All right. It's a labyrinth. Wandering aimlessly, you quickly lose your way. You feel like someone's watching you. Stop and think. Stop, don't take another step. You won't get anywhere. Just close your eyes for 1 minute. Who are you? No response. I'm probably gonna get robbed, but we'll try it. Gain some XP. Standing completely still, you close your eyes for a minute as instructed. When you open them again, you're still in the stone maze, but in front of you is a small village. Hey, I have no idea how that works. Approach the village. A villager runs to greet you. You recognize the voice of the person who told you to close your eyes. Welcome to Hinge. Are they ninjas? Who are you people and what is this place? We used to be desert nomads, but we found this place. It's useful for keeping people with bad intentions, not to mention the infected. I don't know if there's some kind of hallucination in the air or if these pillars are just magic, but you can't see the true form of this place unless you close your eyes for a minute. We've been watching you since you came in. You seem like decent folk. The villager beckons you to follow. Come on in. Make yourself at home. We got food, medicine, extra beds if you're tired. You're still a bit weirded out by the place, but seeing all these people going about their normal business, not to mention their hospitable attitude, you start to relax a little. We'll find something to eat. Wow, that was a dinner and a half. You find a villager manning a stew pot. It smells great. You pull out some money and pay, but they refuse to accept it. Oh, I couldn't accept that. We rarely get visitors. Am I gonna get eaten? The villagers beckon you to follow. Come on in, make yourself at home. We got food, medicine, extra beds if you're tired. Medical attention? We are spending a lot of time here. You visit the village doctor who seems busy with a patient. Afraid I've got another patient right now. Help yourselves to some medical supplies. How much will it cost? Oh, for our guests, free of charge. We're so getting eaten. Okay, go to sleep. We've been here like a day. Set you up with a spare bedroom. You have a lovely sleep, at least until you're woken up by the villagers. It's the middle of the night. They tell you that they're about to hold a funeral, but they need some extra hands to help carry the coffin. All right, we'll accept. After all the hospitality they've shown you, how can you refuse? The coffin's heavier than you expected. You carry it for what feels like a while until you finally reach a small makeshift cemetery with an open plot. You turn around and ask for further instructions to find out that all the villagers have disappeared. Let's just bury it and leave. We've already been here like 2 days. We got a core. It's morning by the time you return to the village. All the villagers are still there and they pay you for your help. They don't mention the fact that they all suddenly disappeared, and you get the feeling you shouldn't ask. Once you received your payment, you hurriedly make your way back to the truck. That was weird. So that's the thing that happened. Yeah, let's talk about something normal like a pile of corpses. Let's get our minds off the creepy village. I don't think we like the creepy village. Your truck is stopped to prevent damage from the dust storm. Womp womp. All right, no risk of infected. We're not very tired. In 1 hour. Okay, we'll just rest for an hour. I can eat that. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Ultraweed. I should get more people. I really need some more crew. At one point, we were like really broke, and we were having the love triangle problem. So we dumped some people in town, but I think we went too far in the other direction. They still get XP when they visit the towns too. So it's not like I'm like wasting it. Such that it is. If you open the coffin, your shotguns. Okay. For a minute, I thought you were telling me that we buried our own shotguns. Ever read Alice Isn't Dead? I have not. That could have been interesting. You've arrived in New Moon, a small village located in the desert hinterlands. Its inhabitants eke out a living, but in a nearby oasis. Many explorers planning to venture deeper into the infected cities of the desert will stop here for a spell. Okay, we made a delivery and got 4.7k. Beautiful. Also, we finally made enough clout. We had to spend like 90 clout at one point to get out of a bandit ambush. So it's nice to see that we've got some back. Okay, we have an inn, which we don't really need. We have a bar and a store. Produce vegetables, medkit, water, wood, cloth. Okay, if we head back here, vegetables, water, wood, cloth. I don't think you need anything from here. Rip trade routes, man. Rip trade routes. All right, also reset all my points. I think when we leave, we're just gonna go boink and boink. Well, you know what? No, let's just get out of the infected zone as fast as possible. Head over. We will grab that since we're here. No. Let's brave it. I'm not as scared of this as I was before, as long as we stay in the lighter orange. All right, is there anything I want? Probably some vegetables. Well, no, we have vegetables in our town. I think we're going to stop back at our town before we leave the area fully. Wood. Is there anywhere that I can sell that? Yes. All right, we'll take 50 wood. Buy. Okay, and you know what? I think we'll buy a med kit. We'll try to slowly stock up on these. Okay, bar. Shaman, peddler, huckster, murderer, rancher, lawyer, hitman. Nobody I particularly want. Delivery, that's a dust wolf, that's a dust wolf. Okay. Rip. Just big rip. Yeah, don't need anything there either. Alice Isn't Dead as a trucker discovers supernatural stuff on America's highways. I liked it a lot. I feel like supernatural. Oh, okay, so kind of like Supernatural vibes. The show Supernatural. Yeah, we need to get that upgraded. That's kind of why I want to make some trade money here. I think it's 8K to do that upgrade, and I definitely think we need to do that. It'll use a little bit more fuel, but we're not really having fuel problems. All right, I think we're just out of here. There's not really anything I need. We were here for the delivery. All right, yeah. Do it. Okay, see, can't do the recon. I'm not chancing that. We had a really bad ambush on one of those. Entered the area with high infection. Chemists started talking about combat. Water's getting a little low. Yeah, we're definitely going to stop at our town and re-water. There's also some food that we can pick up there. Can I craft wheat into flour by cooking, or do I have to use my town people to do that? You are so close. We'll get there, though. I'm going to sell the wood that I bought, so we should get some more. He says this isn't installed. Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, in real life and in games, if you're traveling around and doing trade, you always want to be like that next good. It's not good to drive somewhere with an empty load or come back with an empty load if we can help it. Recon, not dangerous. Okay, we could trade. Fuel, tires, ammo. I don't think we need any of this. We got tons of tires. Our fuel's fine. No, I'm good, thank you. Towns do it, it's light injury. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like I said, my short-term goal is to produce ammo and to produce flour, chicken, and water. And we're doing most of that, just not turning it into flour or making the ammo. But we are getting some of the metal. Okay, landfill, yep. Search, quick one. Compounds, pig iron 7, widgets, connector, all the good stuff. I wish it, okay, again, had I known what I know now, in the early game we should have been hitting these. I was kind of avoiding them because I thought they were more dangerous than they were. Just more food for thought, you know. You don't know what you don't know. Yeah, my biggest problem, Rudy, was actually in the early game, I was buying too much, and I would get to a town, and they couldn't pay me for it. Like, I'd have like 6,000 worth of goods, and they only had like 2,500. So I kind of learned a little bit of a lesson there. Apparently I didn't learn my lesson about not falling asleep in the wasteland, though. Okay, good. We're outside the undead zone. All right, we'll camp. It's fine. How did that go up to 7 if there's only 5 infection here? I'm calling a little bit of shenanigans on that one. Okay, drive on. Your engine was too cold and has stalled. Womp. It's snowing out and your engine's too cold. Yeah, wastewater. It's a thing. Cargo ships often leave the US with empty loads. One of our leading exports is empty containers. Yeah, that's not a good thing, Wolf. That is called a trade deficit. You've arrived in Civitas. Okay, so all we wanted to do here is just pass through because you're... No, we want to sell the wood here. You were one of the wood towns, right? Or was that the next town over? It's the next town over. Don't need. Okay, nope. We already just got done resting. Repair shop. We don't quite have the money. Okay, so nope, we can't do it right now. Depart. Map. Clear. All right, we'll hit the landfill and we'll sell the wood. And we'll hit the landfill. Well, or, hang on, or do we want to do this first? I probably want to do this first, even if I do want to go back to our town. So instead, let's hit whatever that is, and we'll hit that place. We'll hit that, and then we'll hit town. Plenty of fuel. Water's getting a little iffy. How are we doing on food? We need to cook. We're eating bread right now. It's fine. Next time we have to stop for something, I'll cook. That's why you drive in dust storms in the winter. It keeps your engine warm. Well, that's true. That's true. Oh, hires. Yeah, I should have checked. We're kind of in a weird spot. I kind of do want that horsepower upgrade too, so. All right, this is in my town. This is in my town. They don't want to buy anything I have. They're selling stuff I don't care about. Although the fuel would be fine. Eh. All right, nope. Not yet. They're not. Unfortunately, they're not buying what I'm selling. Don't carry around the extra scrap. Well, right now, I have plenty of free space. You are right. But you also do lose, like, there's a surcharge both into credits and out of credits. So if you don't need to do it, I'd try not to. It's just my thought process. Notice an abandoned farmstead. Most of the buildings are in disrepair. I mean, sure, let's search it. Find some odds and ends around the farmstead. You hear someone calling out from the porch. To your surprise, there's still a farmer living here. He invites you into the house. Howdy, strangers. Begging your pardons for the mess. We've got room and board here if you got the scrap. No thanks. What happened here? Used to be a good place to farm, if you can believe it. We never got the infected coming by on account of my great-great-grandpappy's artifact. Reports that all ended when some loony colt moved in. They call themselves the Order of the Sapphire Star. Crazy is what I call them. They stole our artifact and a whole bunch of other supplies, which is how we got in such a state as today. Not much left for us here. I'm actually getting ready to pack up and join the rest of my folks in town. But if you wanted to teach them cultists a lesson, I could show y'all where they are. Yeah, tell me about that. Magic, okay, deadly. Magic artifact that makes infected go away? Y'all be careful, they may be loony, but they're also dangerous. Okay. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Definitely not at the moment, but maybe someday. Crew's more important than horsepower. We could all get on push if we had to, I suppose. Your engine was too cold and has stalled. Rip. It's a piece of uranium. Hey, French. Whenever I think about uranium, I always think there was a really ancient episode of I Love Lucy, of all things, where she thinks she's gonna get rich because she buys, and these were real things, a uranium detection kit, and she was gonna go into the desert and find a uranium deposit. The US government used to actually like pay people for that. And yeah, it's a whole thing, but I always think of that for some reason. I don't know why that specifically stuck out in my mind. You have arrived in Civitas. Lookout. All right. Got an inn, and we could use a sleep. Okay. Bar. Scholar, photographer, avenger, marksman. Okay, here we go. An unemployed marksman, machinist, warhorse, and clerk. All right, what do you know? We don't know anything about him. I mean, that means he's good, right? If he's not, we could put him on the farm. I think he's in. He wants to be hired. Do it. We're doing it. You're in. All right, what do you know? What do you know, crazy guy? 40 focus. There we go. There we go. And actually pretty good hunting too. All right, I think you get to stay in the truck. What do we know about you? Night owl. Driving at night reduces stress. Cool. Greatly reduced fatigue limit. We're gonna have to fix that. And he likes mailmen in the truck. A little weird, but sure, my friend. Have a gun? We'll equip him with the rifle. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that result. We have no other clothes. Can we craft clothes? This is another place we really should look into. Like, if nothing else, fitness makes you less tired while driving. So, like, we could just make everyone some sportswear and drive more. Like, if nothing else. Plate armor, which we could make. I'm really tempted to just make a second set of sportswear if nothing else. We could do that, and we could still make some other stuff. This is actually really cheap. Hang on, is it really that cheap? A legendary set of plate armor. Is that actually... hang on. So what does legendary do? Isn't 14 the standard amount that we were supposed to get there? Oh no, okay, it was 10. Okay, so it is better. Sure, you know what? Yeah, make me a second set. I mean, it's better than having nothing on. So we can still do a head. We also could make armor instead of a tracksuit, but you know, the memes are kind of good, so I don't know. Helmet, so hats. Headwear. Beanie, thinking cap, chef's toque, a bandana, a baseball cap. We currently are wearing sunglasses, I believe, so charm 2, speech 5. An apprentice hard hat. An engineer hat. So you would need to see, okay. Another whole system that we need to climb, although this could be made easily. You know what? Sure, give me a safety helmet. No, because I haven't learned the recipe. Buff your guns from gun parts. That's true too. I mean, if nothing else, the accuracy would be really handy. You know what? Sure, let's make one. I need to see how these work. And this is the one I would want. So like attachment. Cool. I mean, in all honesty, I might as well just make 2 more of those. Better than nothing. Okay, again, we could make these really early in the game if I had realized that. I definitely haven't done as good a job crafting as I could. Wait, we didn't? I thought I said bulk make 2. Apparently not. Okay, so advanced. Okay, everyone got an advanced sight. Melee weapon. Okay, melee weapon. We could probably make at least a blade. And that's down the line of making the next katana. So we'll do that. It's a legendary blade. Here you go. Okay. We're a lot better equipped than we were about 2 seconds ago. I like that quite a bit. Okay, cool. Very happy with this pickup we just got. Having the 40 focus should really help us not get bamboozled by stuff. Okay, reset. Wait, you need wood? Hang on a second. Do I have that wood on me? I sure do. And you have a lot of scrap? Let's try to upsell that. Successful. Cha-ching. Nothing else here I care about. Abundant? Don't really care. Okay. Well, I'm very happy with that crafting we just did. And thanks for the tip on that, Union, for the gun parts. I didn't even think of that. So what are we missing? A helmet? 2 helmets. Can we make... I mean, I guess we're in for a penny, right? Can we make anything for headwear that would be useful? We could make a thinking cap. 4 intelligence doesn't really do anything for me. We're not struggling learning recipes, though. Fitness would allow us to have less tired while driving. We could also make 2 of those. If I make a chef's toque, we could only get 1. I think we're gonna make 2 beanies. 1 and 1 advanced. All right, so here you go. You can have the advanced one. Here you go. You can have the normal. Those are just so bloody cheap. I don't mind doing that, even if we're gonna replace them. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, map. Okay, we still have a drop off to do here. Let's hit these. I'm not gonna come back over here anytime soon. All right, what do you need? What do you have? Let's start there. Coffee beans, salt, chicken. Do you need coffee beans, salt, or chicken? And the answer is no to all of those. Off we go. Thinking hat ups your int so you get more XP. Oh, that's true, I suppose. More XP, more int equals more XP. Okay, I could see that. Can we put a hat on our engine? I think we need a giant truck scarf. Pile of corpses. Okay, I'm less scared of these than I was before. I'm gonna go ahead and search. I'm feeling a little emboldened. -1 virtue. What? What? They're already dead. And we're not even grave robbing. I don't think we should lose a virtue for that. If we're in a zombie apocalypse and I'm dead on the side of the road, you have my permission to search my body. I'll have some good stuff, I hope. It's kind of like in Project Zomboid, or no, in Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, when you find the survivor zombies that are actually like wearing armor and stuff. Those guys can be really deadly in the early game. Armored zombies. Oof. I'm spooked just thinking about that. That is hilarious. So, ever since my connection started working well, time has absolutely flown. Yep. Time flies when you're having fun, ISP. You should let me have fun more often. First encounter with a pickup camp. We'll recon them. Not dangerous. We'll trade. Fuel, tires, ammo, food. I don't think we need any of that. Well, maybe the fuel. 40 scrap. I don't remember if that's a good deal or not, but sure. We'll help them out. What's more that's right. I'm trying to prevent littering. And I didn't say I wouldn't bury them when I'm done searching them. I mean, you know, it's only fair. All right, 1 trait point on Babel. Babel was continuing to raise his focus. Although now I'm kind of thinking that 20 is probably good since we have somebody super duper high. So I think we're gonna go back to speech because he is the speech guy. A 10 in hunting wouldn't be terrible either, but I think our new guy has good hunting. Yeah, he has better hunting. Okay, we need to save up points on you because we want to get rid of innovated. For you, we were raising our crafting, trying to get it to 31. And I continue that plan still. And Babel? Sure, let's go with some more speech. More speech, I could bargain better if nothing else. Okay, search. You know what? And I'm, well, 34. Maybe I'm not that ballsy. If it was in the 20s. All right, we find stuff. Let's go. Also, let's reset those points. Hit that, and then hit that. Nope. Yeah, see, Gravedigger's tax. That's right. We're just self-employed gravediggers. You know, gotta eat too. We're not even planning on eating the bodies. You can get to speech 30? I don't know, man. I failed a lot of trading, let me tell you. We were getting points in the early game, but we haven't got one in a long time. In theory, is there unlimited XP in the game? In theory? Or is there like a finite amount? Got fuel. Okay, let's reset that again. Go. Oops. Engine is too cold. Man. The story of this stream, the engine is too cold. Oh, do we have a bad virtue? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. He has 3 and they both have like 20. Well, there's no fixing that, so they're gonna have to learn to figure it out. We can reform him. You come across a camp of survivors, recon them. They're not dangerous. We'll do trade. Okay, is this a good deal? I feel like that's not, but I can't remember the price of fuel, so I keep buying it thinking it's at least like neutral. Finally has some tires run out. Because you're happy. Ah, okay. So I need to be sad and then fail and then I will get points. Give him the cop hat. Okay. Bucktooth gas station. Oh, owned by the Bucktooth brothers. Little known fact. Hey. There it is. There it is. Okay. We got XP. You arrive at the gas station and meet with the owner. The sun glares off his massive buck teeth. He's like a giant beaver, like in Academician heat ray. Guess it runs in the family. After you explain why you're here, he invites you in for coffee. Always good to hear from my brother. How's that old coop been? He's actually not been bad. He takes you to the shed where he keeps his brother's stuff. There's a lot here. We gained 800 XP, gained a level. Got 80 rations, 2 cores. 2 cores is worth 1,400. We spent 3,000 scrap. So that's already above half of what we spent. I don't remember the price of rations, but that's pretty good. I would say this isn't worth at least 3K. And 800 experience is not bad either. His stubbornness gonna be the death of him. I told him time and time again, just pay the Civitas off and they'll leave him alone. That's what I always done. Okay. And he's up to 3 points because of that. Awesome. We will minus a bad trait. No innervated for you. Nice. Okay, I'm very happy with that result. And who was it that was trying to get me to shake him down? I still have my soul. Can you put a price on that? Probably, but I still have it. Just saying. That almost makes me feel like we should play, oh shoot, I just blinked on it. Fallen London's sequel, where you're playing the ship captain in the Untersee. I keep wanting to call it Darkest Sea, but it's not Darkest Sea. Why am I blanking so hard? You're a Z captain. Fallen London. Help me out. Somebody here has to have played that game. But anyways. Yeah. The price of souls in that game is very set. The devils really have a good deal for you. It's 3k scrap plus a bunch of mats to craft 1 core. Oh, I didn't even know you could craft cores. I just know that a core was worth about 700 when I looked at selling it. Or maybe it was 7... No, it couldn't have been 700 weight. Or maybe it is. Yeah, do we have a core on us? We do. No, they're 200 weight. We have 8 cores on us, by the way. Okay, well, we're here. They have a store. We were going to sell... we're going to sell some rations. I guess we're selling rations. Sell. He has 4,800 scrap. I actually would overfill my truck, but we have a repair shop. So I think that's fine. Because we're gonna do the big upgrade. Let's cancel this. Let me look at that. So we want the horsepower upgrade. Upgrade. This one. 8,000 and it's gonna be 1 core. So I could be 8,000 over and still be okay. So sell, ration, sell. I think I'm just gonna take all their money. Actually, a little less because I want to be able to bargain it up. Upsell. Trader from Tanaris wants to interrupt you. No, sorry. Not right now. Too good. All right, we didn't upsell it, but we still got 4.3k. Repair shop, upgrade, extra horsepower. Do it. Now we need 16,000 scrap and 3 cores for minus a fuel use. I don't think I want to do any more. I think we'll just stick on that for now. Tire durability probably should be next. I mean, that's just it'll just make my tires 25% cheaper is another way, I guess, to look at that. Okay. 9 horsepower up from 7. Very nice. Why would you ever sell cores? Oh, Sunless Sea. Thank you, Ian. I was dying there. I was actually dying. Yes, Sunless Sea. Another game I would love to play at some point. I don't know if people would want to watch that, though. There's some really good... There's like... Oh, what channel had that? Was it Rycon? Rycon Roleplays, I think. Has a pretty good series on that. But he is my hero of Let's Plays. That dude has like a voice actor level voice. I love his stuff. I wish I was that good and I had that much time to work on stuff. But anyways, that's a cool game too. That I wasn't going anywhere else with that. Souls are worth a lot in that game. Total tangent. Also, did we add spears to the front of my truck? Because that's pretty cool. Max crew and comfort? Well, I mean, there's no reason to up the crew capacity until we get another crew member at least. And there's no bar here to do that. Okay, I think we're ready to go, but let's not do it that way. Where are we going? I kind of want to stop back at our place and pick up supplies. I think we might as well go this way if we're not going to do the cult thing. So here would be our next stop. Our next mission is way up here, but I think I do need to stop down here. I think, yeah, we also have another delivery. Where are you at? Yeah, we need to do that delivery too. So yeah, we need to do a run through here. So I think we will go north. So this is our next stop. Ammo, medkit, ointment. None of those things are here. Union mentioned fruit would let me make some pies. I mean, I do like pie. My favorite pie, though, is pumpkin pie. You can fight me on that one. All right, we will buy some fruit. Just a little bit. And spices. Probably could cook stuff with that. We'll buy 10 for some experimenting. And fuel-wise, we're doing just fine. Let's ride. Actually, oh, there's no place to sleep. Okay, let's camp here. And let's sleep before we go. Yeah, there we go. And you know what? Let's also cook. Okay, so... Oh, we don't have any flour. Shoot. Okay, well, either way, right now we're just eating bread. Water and rations, bulk. Give me 10. Yeah, some ration soup. All right, on the road. Apparently I didn't even set destinations. All right, so I think we're gonna go in this way. Ooh, gross. I'll hit that. Driving through the woods sucks. I think I would rather hit a landfill and then go around the woods, frankly. And then I guess we will hit this and then there. Sunless Sea plays, hell yeah. Well, at least Ian would watch it. I've never beaten that. I've gotten pretty far in a couple runs, but the actually beating a run in that is very difficult. I've retired, I suppose, I think once in London, so I could pass on something. I don't even remember what it was. You find an old train. All right, recon them. Okay, not dangerous. All right, what do you know? Things I don't need. All right, keep going. Tangential to Sunless Sea and Fallen London. I do think in the semi-near future, probably as we go more into fall, I think we're gonna have to do at least a dabble in Cultist Simulator, because what I really want to do on the channel is I want to stream is it House of Hours or Book of Hours? Book of Hours. But to make sense of that game, you have to have some background in Cultist Simulator, I think. And I don't think a lot of people have played Cultist Simulator, so I think I need to like bootstrap us up into the second game. But then again, that's like a 100-hour playthrough, so I don't know. It's a really good, cozy fall stream, though. Supply cache is good looking. Cha-ching. Pumpkin is pretty good. Sweet potato pie is solid. Pecan is situational. I'll agree on pecan being situational. I do like apple pie too, but I'm not a huge dessert person, weirdly enough. I do like a lot of them, but I don't need the help keeping a gut on. Let's just put it that way. Get someone who can cook and open a restaurant. Hey, Abby, how's it going? Good morning. Are you done with Astronauts? I think my current playthrough of Astronauts is done. I kind of achieved my goal there, which was getting that ship ready that we could flip it for a profit. I learned a ton in that playthrough. And when we get the next big patch, I will probably go back. The UI was starting to grate on me a little bit, though. It was starting to make me cranky. He has got to fix that. You cannot have my entire screen covered with UI and it not even be helpful. Like that inventory has got to be fixed. I did enjoy it quite a bit, though, so we will go back. I definitely need a little bit of a distance makes the heart grow fonder, though. Yeah, the other thing, I mean, I guess while you got me thinking about it, I don't think I would hire a second crew member until I'm like in my forever ship with like sleeping and toilets and all the amenities, because babysitting them was not fun. I was not enjoying having two characters. I liked them for story, but mechanically it was quite misery, actually. There's an end to Sunless Sea? Do you mean going insane? Well, I got that ending a lot. We also starved and drowned several times. Book of Hours is awesome. One of my proudest things I've done, maybe not ever, but like within gaming, I actually beat Cultist Simulator, and I only had to look up one little piece of clarification to put me over the edge, because I was just kind of at the end game and I was stuck, and I didn't understand one little thing that allowed me to finish. So I got a forge victory. I was very proud of myself. Streaming that game would be very stressful, but I wouldn't mind doing it if my goal wasn't to actually beat it. Like, just play until we die or win, and then move on to Book of Hours. That will probably happen sometime in the fall. That just feels very cozy game to me. Cozy Eldritch Horror, yep. Yep. exited the mountains. Where are we at? Okay, we're through. I really like how they animated the truck. I know it's just like animated 2D, but just, I don't know, something about that's very satisfying to me, watching it go. And I like that the truck changes the looks as you upgrade it. Pool of water. Needs more fishing. All right, we're not gonna fiddle with that. If we actually had the fishing, I'd try it. Also, our water is getting a little iffy. Military base. How are we doing on food? Okay, we still have 5. All right, we will search hastily. Compounds, pig iron. Yep. Well, you come upon an old abandoned well. You're not sure if there's still any water. No, we have water waiting for us. I'm not gonna do it here where we're just gonna get attacked and eaten. Yeah, a lot of small text, a lot of like fiddly moving cards around the table, and it's fine when I'm just playing by myself, but it's hard to watch. It's not the best one. But I do think that, like, if I wanted to do Book of Hours, I would need to do some cultist content first, just so like we could introduce the concepts. Because, like, yeah, it wouldn't make any sense if we're like trying to pick the character we want to play in Book of Hours, and people are like, what's an hour? What's a long? Why is everyone so mad that they're here? Yeah, I think we would need a little context for that. You don't need it to play the game, but I think you will get a lot more out of it if you have it. Small thicket, and we can do some hunting. Rabbit 5. Actually, hang on a second. We should also move our hunting dog over to you. There you go. All set. Continue on. Okay, hang on a second. I think time out. I don't want to go through that. All right, there. No mountains, please. Big stink landfill. Just throw a big stink if we don't find any good loot. All right, and continue on. More snowstorms. At least, hey, look at that. We did click over to spring. So we should, I assume, we should see less and less snow and more rain, which I am very happy about. Cargo containers, we'll search those. Few supplies, 10 ammo. Probably not worth 3 hours, frankly. You watch several people play it. Are you talking about Cultist Simulator, Yasha? It's a very cool system. What's the guy's name? Alexandri? I can't think of what his name is, but he was one of the main writers for Fallen London, and I think Sunless Sea, and then he went his own way and did Cultist Simulator and Book of Hours, which are in the same universe. Not the same as Fallen London, but the writing style and themes are very similar. Okay, as much as I would love to just keep going, we are past the 3 hour mark, or darn close to it, and it is still smoky and my voice is going, so that is gonna have to be it for today. So to remind myself, let me just set that up there. And I'll definitely say, I've enjoyed the stream while we weren't having our lag, back to our fun ways. So hopefully, you know, cross my fingers, knock on wood, hopefully we're homing in on this problem, or the whole thing burns down and breaks so bad they have to fix everything. Either one's fine with me at this point. Even if they told me you wouldn't have internet for a week, but it'll be fixed, I'd be like, do it. Just freaking do it. So hopefully we're getting better. This is better than it's been, is all I can say, I suppose. All right, well, Fallout London, interesting. All right, well, don't forget to leave a like on the stream. I really appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, I hope we've earned your subscription tonight. Of course, if you want to go above and beyond, look at a super thanks, a super chat, or becoming a member or patron. All those are super duper helpful, and that kind of support is what lets me buy games like this or Monster Breeder that are just kind of like shots in the dark. like little games that people don't have a lot of content on. And you know, when Monster Breeder's $30, if I wasn't buying that with the thought of maybe making content, I wouldn't buy it. Not for 30 bucks, let me tell you. So that support really helps. And I love showing games off to people that are like, oh, that looks really cool. I'm gonna go get that. Also, what is this weird thing flying in the wind? Holy moly, what is that? Missing graphic much? Or a random bag? I'm really distracted by that. Do we have like a missing snowflake graphic? Okay, UFO possibly? Okay, anyways, distraction aside, if you haven't checked out the Monster Breeder videos, check them out. They seem to be doing pretty well, so people seem to be enjoying it. Kind of a weird indie game, I suppose. Yeah, I got some more episodes. If you're a member, they're already up on members first. I think I'm up to 5, and episode 3 just came out for everyone else. Beyond that, tomorrow will be Dominions. Next one will come out. It's going to be Late Age Tea and Cheek, so it should be another pretty cool one. All right, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thanks for the good vibes. As always, love hanging out with everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Have a good Tuesday. I should be back on Wednesday, and it should be more Dustland Delivery. That's the plan, at least. All right, catch you guys later. Babble out. GG.